Hey guys, welcome to the Proven Method to Outline Sales Pages webinar. I am so excited to walk you guys through landing pages because I know that it's something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. We're good at creating products and bringing our vision to life, but we're not so good at marketing and selling them. So this is going to be one of my favorite webinars. I already know it because I'm going to be able to walk you through the steps to outline your sales pages. So at the end of this, you should actually have something that you're able to work off of and go back and either update sales pages that already exist or create new ones for products and services. So let's jump right in. The first thing that you want to do when you're outlining your sales page is to clearly identify the problem. Many sales pages are very vague and don't provide enough information on what exactly the problem that the product or service is solving. You want to show people that you understand their pain point. You want to show people that you understand where they currently are, because by showing someone that you know where they've been, you can then get them to trust you to take them where they want to go. So be very, very sure to identify your target market. Who exactly are you selling this for? Also identify how you're going to solve that problem for that specific market. I'll give you an example. If you have a journal, you need to identify who is going to benefit most from this journal. Is it mommy bloggers? Is it fellow bloggers? Is it teachers? Is it your clients? Are they other entrepreneurs? Who exactly is going to benefit from your product or service? Be very, very clear. Your product and your service is not going to be for everyone. And the sooner that you understand that and the sooner that you outline who exactly you're speaking to, your sales pages will improve dramatically. Why? Because you're going to talk to one set of people. You're going to talk in a language that is going to resonate most with them, and you're also going to sound like you're speaking specifically to them. And when you sound like you're speaking specifically to them, again, it'll make them trust that you're going to be the person to be able to solve their problems. Got it? So here are 3 questions that you need to answer when you're writing your problem section. You want to identify what are they most frustrated with, what are they currently struggling to achieve, and how are they being held back by that obstacle. Telling someone that you're going to help them plan their content is one thing. Telling somebody that you understand how hard it is to plan content every single week for your blog when you have so much going on in your business and in your own personal life. You're frustrated because you don't have time to sit down and batch process, or you don't have time to sit down and write lengthy blog posts, and you're frustrated by that. You're struggling to achieve consistency because you haven't been able to post on your blog more than once or twice in a month. And it's holding you back because you're not able to work with brands and you're not able to increase your traffic because you aren't churning out content as consistently as you need to be. There you go. That's an example of how to position the problem. You're not saying, I'm just going to help you plan content. You're telling them why and how planning content is a problem in their life and how it could be different. I'll go with another example. Let's say that you're a fitness trainer. You guys know I love using fitness trainer examples. So if I'm a fitness trainer, first I need to decide who are the people that I'm training, right? Do I want to focus on skinny women and men who want to put on muscle? Do I want to focus on weight loss? Do I want to focus on, cardio dance routines, people who like to do things like Zumba? Or do I want to focus on people who are going to work out in their homes? I need to decide who exactly my target market is and who specifically my product or service is going to help. After I decide that, then I need to jump in again and outline the problem. So let's say that we are going to be working with a weight loss program. It's a weight loss program for people to work out at home, right? So what are they most frustrated with? Here we go. You're probably frustrated that you are super busy and you don't find time to get to the gym. You're also annoyed because you're always Googling at-home workouts, but none of them ever seem to make sense. Because of this, you're struggling to achieve your best health. You haven't lost those inches off of your waist. You're feeling like you're not toned up, and you just want to look your best for summer. It's holding you back because you're not feeling your best self. Your self-esteem is a little low, and you just know that you can do better. You're not able to wear that two-piece that you've been dying to squeeze into, or you might not even want to go on vacation at all because you're just so embarrassed by having to wear a bikini in public. This product or service is going to solve that for you. See what I did there? You answer every single question like you're talking to the person in your target market. You want to talk to them using second person, so using you, so that they can feel like you are talking directly to them. Okay? So the first step is to outline the problem for your specific target market. The next thing is the promise. So you just told them what's wrong with them, right? You told them that they don't have time to plan content and therefore they can't work with brands or make money online. Or you told them that because they don't have time to go to the gym and they don't have the proper workouts at home, they're not able to look and feel their best and get into that bikini, right? So now the problem is going to paint the picture for them. How are you going to solve the problem and change the circumstances? People want things that are going to be life-changing. People want things that are going to help them move the needle. They don't want to buy things just for the sake of buying things. So in this section, you need to be very clear on showcasing how is their life going to be different after they purchase your product or service, and what are the core benefits of using your product or service. So let's go with the content planning example. In this section, you'd say something like this. I know that planning content is difficult because I've been there. With my workshop or with my class, you'll be able to figure out time hacks so that you can create more content in less time and stop feeling like you're always playing catch up. By following my simple steps, you'll understand what are the kinds of content that you need to create so that you're creating content that both you love to create and that brands love to pay for. Easy. I'm literally making these up off the top of my head, so I'm sorry if there are some gaps in between. But okay, let's go with the weight loss example. So you want to sell an at-home fitness program for people who want to tone up for summer, right? So you identified their problem, which was they don't go to the gym because they don't have time. So the promise would be, because you haven't found the time or the energy to go to the gym and you haven't worked out in ages, your body is not where it needs to be. By taking my online class or by taking my boot camp, you'll be able to work out in the comfort of your own home. You'll see results in as little as 4 weeks, and you'll begin to feel and look much better, or you'll begin to feel and look your best self. By joining us, you'll have a community of other men and women who are also working out at home, support from me as your coach, and easy to do workouts that you can do in the comfort of your living room, whether you live in a mansion or you live in a studio apartment. You're finally going to be able to fit into that bikini after all of these years. That's it, right? So you're telling them the problem is you don't work out, you don't look and feel your best. By taking this course, I promise that you'll be able to not only look and feel your best, but you'll be dying to squeeze into that bikini that you thought you could never wear again. Those are the dots that you have to connect for people, where they are and where your product and service is going to take them. The next thing that you're going to want to outline is product and process. Now is when you start giving all of the details. Now is when you start outlining how long the course is, or how many videos they get, or what ebook they're going to download and all that good stuff. This is the part where you outline that piece of information. Okay, so here you're going to still want to talk about how is your life going to change after using your product or service, right? So by enrolling in my 8-week boot camp and watching the 17 videos that come along, you'll be able to learn how to perfect your squat form, burn more calories, create the right kinds of meals, blah, 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 blah. You'll just list out all of those details that you normally tend to list out in a sales page. This part, I don't think that you guys are going to have a lot of trouble with because it's the part that we naturally already put on our sales pages, but we want to always drive it back to how is this going to change their life? What are the results that you're going to get? Don't tell me that you're only going to get 20 videos and an ebook. Tell me what those 20 videos and the ebook are going to do for me. Don't tell me that it's going to be a 4-week boot camp. Tell me what I'm going to learn each and every week and how I'm going to make progress after taking every module or every class. If you have a product, tell me how turning every single page or buying that shirt or purchasing the book, whatever it is, tell me how it's going to make a change in my life. Okay? So those are the things that you want to think about, not just listing out all the details and just telling me what it is and how it works, but tying it back into the promise, tying it back into how is it going to change me and the way that I do things? How is it going to make my life easier or better? Then you're going to outline the process. So how are they going to get it? Do they get the emails weekly? Do they get the videos delivered to their inbox? Is there a classroom that they have to log into? Do they get their own personal login and profile? This is where you kind of talk about all the logistics and all the mechanics, right? If you're doing group coaching, when are you speaking to them? Are you guys talking 3 times a week, 2 times a week, at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, at 8 o'clock at night, or at 12 o'clock in the afternoon? You want to think about all of those details and all of the, again, kind of like the logistical things about the how and the what. The next thing is you want to create pressure. So we talked about the importance of building urgency, scarcity, and curiosity in your sales. So how are you going to build that and add a little bit of pressure so that it will entice people to buy? Are you offering a fast action bonus? Are you offering a discount? Are you giving away a freebie with every order? Are you providing some sort of sale? Does every person that signs up get entered into a giveaway? Think about how you can create some pressure in your sales pages so that it doesn't seem like you're just ready and available at any point in time. You want to make it seem like your product or service is moving fast and people only have a limited amount of time to get it. So for example, if we go back to the weight loss product, we'll say something like, if you sign up by April 15th, in addition to the 20 videos, you'll get a 4-week meal plan complimentary and free of charge. Or if we're talking about the content planning class, we could say something like, if you sign up for the content planning class, you'll get an early bird discount of $100 off if you purchase within the next 24 hours. Think about what you can add or what you can offer to make the offer more enticing and to make whatever product or service you're selling seem more valuable. So you might have already planned to include the meal plan into the weight loss class, but by adding it on as a bonus, you're able to make it seem like the class is more valuable and like people are getting more of a bang for their buck. So think about ways where you can either add a bonus or, again, add some sort of value without you having to do more work. The next thing is the price point. So all you're going to do is provide the price point. How much does it cost? Do you offer installments? Are you offering any kind of payment plan? Is there a registration fee? Is it monthly? Is it recurring? What is the payment? Like, how are people going to pay you? What is the payment plan or payment processing? And then here you're also going to include answers to any objections that people are going to have. So naturally, when people see a price point, that is a heavy something that they weigh heavily when they're making their decision, right? So they may have been all the way into your product or service as they're scrolling down the page, reading the problem and the promise, the product, the process, and the pressure. But once they get to price, this is really where the decisions are going to get made. So here you want to provide as much information as you possibly can so that you're able to get them over the hump, if you will. So for example, include testimonials. So if you know that your course or whatever it is that you're offering is super expensive, then you want to include testimonials from people who have taken your classes before or have worked with you before, because you're going to want to showcase that you know what you're doing. You want to showcase proof of concept, right? So including testimonials will help people get over the hump and overcome those objections, because they'll be able to see other people who have been successful. If you don't have testimonials, you can also try to do some sort of guarantee. So if you don't like the product or the service, we provide a 30-day money back guarantee. Now, you don't always want to offer these because you don't want to end up without money. But again, if it's a high price product or service that people might have lots of objections to, but you know that it's great content or you know that it's a great product or service, then if there's no harm or foul in offering a guarantee or having a refund policy, because you know 9 times out of 10, once people buy it, they'll love it and they'll stay. If your product is trash or if you don't think that it's your best work, then I would say steer away from the guarantee, because you'll end up losing more money than actually making it. You also want to include any frequently asked questions. So once you put together your sales page, it's always good to send it out to a couple of customers. So one thing that I do is when I put together a new product or a service, I already have a person in mind when I'm creating that, right? Whether it's someone that I've interacted with in my Instagram DMs who have asked me the same question over and over again, or someone who has emailed me and asked me something. But I usually create products or services with people already in mind. So I'll send that person the link and say, hey, I'm offering a new service. I thought it would be a good fit for you. Let me know what you think. Usually that person responds with, a question or, some sort of clarification that they might need. So I use that feedback to infuse it back into the frequently asked questions. So if I send over a sales page and someone asks, how long is it? Or, when do I get XYZ? Can I start at any time? Is there a deadline? Things like that sometimes we tend to overlook. It's really good to include those in the frequently asked questions, because it's a place that people go to get quick answers. So don't overlook a frequently asked questions page, especially if it's a very complicated or very bulky product or service. If you have something, if it's a low price point, something like $15, even under $99, you can usually skip the FAQs because it's not that complex of an offering for you to have them. Then the next thing that you want to have is highlighting your personal brand. So this is where you're going to tell them why you're the right person for the job, right? So your sales page, you want to look at it kind of as like your resume, right? You want to look at it as kind of a way for you to outline what you can offer and why you're the right person for the job. So here you'll summarize the pain and the promise again. So talking about where they are, where they could be, and then connecting that to their skills and experiences. So for example, if I'm doing the weight loss, right, I would probably want to highlight if I'm a certified personal trainer or not. I would want to highlight any other certifications that I have, where I learned about nutrition, like what makes me credible to teach this and provide this. You also, again, want to talk about why you're the right person for that target market. So here you'll talk about, all the people who have been trying to lose weight, all of the people, the thousands of people or the hundreds of people that you've trained through your system, or, the amount of customers that you've had in the past, where, what your skills are, what your experiences have been, and just basically giving them a rundown of why you're most qualified to solve their pain and why you're most qualified to deliver on the promise that you made earlier up on the page. So this does not have to be, a full biography or, a mini about page. It's literally just a paragraph talking about why you are credible to teach this and or do this or sell this and why people should trust you to do so. That's it. So let's review really quickly. We have the problem, we have the promise, we have the product and the process, we have pressure, the price point, and then your personal brand. All of these things you want to list out on your sales page in order to convert more sales. We can't leave out any of these pieces because they're pieces that people need in order to make the decision. So if you only provide the problem, they're not going to feel comfortable enough that you can provide the solution. If you don't clearly outline the product and the process or the price point, they might get confused and not trust it and not purchase. If you leave out your personal brand, they might not know if you're really qualified or credible to get the job done. So each one of these sections is important and each one of these sections serve a purpose. So as you're going through these, make sure that you're always connecting back to talking about the problem, the promise, the product, the price, and your personal brand, connecting that back to the target market and how you're specifically serving them. And for your review, I've included some ideas for this scarcity, urgency, and curiosity for the creating pressure. So what are the things that you can offer? So again, scarcity is having some limited spots available, a limited time, having registration open only for a certain amount of days, having free shipping available only for a certain amount of hours, things like that, where it's going to feel like there's not a lot of the product or service, so people are going to want to buy quickly. Creating a sense of urgency. So you want to make people feel like if they don't act now, they'll miss out on something. So is there a flash sale? Is there a fast action bonus? An enrollment period? Is there a way for you to upsell them and, sell them something that would normally be $50 for $25 if they purchase it as a bundle? So with the weight loss example, let's say that the person purchased the at-home fitness classes. An upsell could be one-on-one coaching that would normally be just the coaching might be $150, but the one-on-one coaching when purchased with the at-home course is $75, but it's only available if they purchase in that specific moment. Or offering a discount. So, like I said, if you purchase in the next 24 hours, you'll get $100 off. So creating urgency by making people feel like they're going to miss out on something if they don't act fast. And then curiosity. So what are the ways that you can make people curious about your product or service? Are you going to order them to have a bonus? Are you going to have them, offer them an upgrade? Are you doing a giveaway? What's going to kind of pique their curiosity and allow them to take the risk in buying your product or service that is enticing enough to outweigh all of their objections? So what is something that you can offer them that would entice them to take the risk on your product or service, but it will also outweigh the objections that they have? So you want to make it basically worth their while. So these are just 3 tactics that you can use when creating sales pages and tactics that you want to use when you outline your programs, because it's important in helping you to move sales. Your products or services shouldn't just be sitting on your web pages collecting dust. They should always be working within some sort of strategy and some sort of way to create the pressure so that when people are on your site on that particular day, they want to buy. So if someone shows up on your website today on April 11th, they should want to buy within the next couple of days. You don't want to leave it up to chance so that they can say, oh, I'll come back. I'll buy it in May. Or, oh, I'll buy it over the summer when I have a little bit more money. Or, oh, I'll buy it, next week. No, you want them to buy as soon as possible. So you should always be creating that sense of urgency, scarcity, and curiosity on all of your pages. I hope that this was helpful. Definitely shoot me over any questions that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them. You can find me at emilydelacruz.com/contact, and I'm at Emily Delacruz across all social media. So definitely reach out with any questions that you may have and anything that you want to learn about next. Thank you so much, and talk soon.